What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul. This is the Leeds Therapy. Thank you for stopping by as ever. I really appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. Before we get into the video, if you haven't done so already, if you could hit the subscribe button. If you could also like the video for me as well. Any comments that you want to make, please feel free to put them in the comment section down below. Have a little argue amongst yourselves. Whatever you want to do is absolutely fine. Let's get a little breathe of coffee in there. So confirmed now we are going to be facing Southampton. Obviously, that's old news. The good thing is it looks like Southampton are wearing their third kit, black kit, so we will be playing in white, which makes me feel a lot better about the situation. Although we're saying that, I think we could have, even if they played in their home kit, I think we could have worn white anyways. I think it would have been okay. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'd look to see with regards to the tickets and everything, and the ticket in situation is nuts as it always is. We have to do it in a staggered way, because if we don't, then it's just going to go to mayhem and everybody's going to fight amongst themselves. It's already happened on Twitter in terms of people arguing about who deserves a ticket, who doesn't deserve a ticket, who should get this, who should get that, whatever. I think I missed a split of the 9-game section by like 2 games or something. I think I've been to about 7 games this season, so I miss it by 2 games. So hopefully if there's any left, then I can maybe potentially have a look. But at the end of the day, it's my son's birthday weekend coming up on is it Saturday or Sunday? Saturday 25th, yeah. So it'll be his birthday on Saturday. He's 5 years old, so even if I wanted to go, I couldn't, because we've got stuff planned for the weekend. So I'm going to be doing that. Sorry, Windy Pops. But we've already seen, just in terms of how it always generally tends to work out, scalpers have already done what they always do. So you've seen tickets going on sale online for the Leeds United end that are coming in at about £800. I've seen some at £1,000, £500-600. There's obviously some Club Wembley tickets that have gone on there as well. And then I think Wembley have actually tweeted out saying that they're currently investigating that, because that shouldn't be happening. So, whether or not they manage to do anything about that, who knows? So it's just one of those things. We're just going to have to wait and see kind of how everything plays along, moves out and does whatever it needs to do. But excuse me, it's just been funny watching people argue amongst themselves online and stuff. And I have a slight sneaking suspicion, because of the way that Southampton have done their tickets, that there's going to be quite a few Leeds fans in the Southampton end as well, which could potentially be interesting, to say the least. But that's just the way that the cookie crumbles, I guess. It would also appear as well that we're already getting into that silly phase where agents are starting to talk, or journalists, and I use the term loosely, are starting to talk, trying to pimp their players out already, and pimp stories out, obviously, because we know how that all works. The agents pay money to some of these journalists to make sure that the stories get out there, and some of the wild and wacky ones have already started. And I always said that I'm not a news channel when it comes to Leeds United. I can't do that. If you want like regular news on a regular basis and like fast paced all the time, people like Jer, people like Just Joe, all of those type of people, they're 1,000,000% better at it than what I am in terms of their ability to put that information out there. Connor from the One Leeds fan channel as well, 1,000,000% better than me at being able to get that information out there. It's just not something that I can do, or that I'm any good at doing. So I won't try and do it too much to death. So I generally tend to sort of collate information and then say what I want to say. So what we're looking at so far at the moment, the big story obviously is Summerville. That one's being pimped around. Fabrizio Romano is now starting to say that there are teams that are interested in him. Liverpool is one of the key angles that they're looking at, but the £45 million price tag is putting people off. Who else is interested? Newcastle are interested in him as well. And I think there's some Italian teams. Juventus might be one of the ones that are interested in him as well. It was bound to happen. Championship's best player, and could do a very, very decent job, if not extremely high job, in the Premiership at the same time as well. So it's interesting. But my question will always be the same thing. If you leave now at the age that you're at, if we beat Southampton and go into the Premier League, then your game time's going to be limited slightly, and it's going to be difficult to push the established players out. Whereas I'd like to get another season out of him if we get into the Premiership, I think would be my opinion, and to see him do it, because he showed the glimpses of it before we got relegated, but it's whether or not he can make that step up into the Premiership. I mean, the one player that I have no doubt will be able to do that 1,000,000,000,000% is Archie Gray. I think we know that already, that's going to be the case, that he's just going to be an absolute monster in the Premiership. My humble opinion, of course, that's just the way that it goes. I think now as well that Everton are looking at opening talks with a view to getting the sale of Jack Harrison going. It'll probably be on reduced terms. Who knows? Yeah, he can go. I don't really want him to come back, if I'm honest. Didn't have the fight for it in the Championship, whereas some players do. And I'll speak on this on another video, but I've got my views on rats deserting ships and all of that kind of stuff. I know you shouldn't really call people rats, but that's just how I feel. Brendan Aaronson's coming back from Union. If he gets on the way, I'm really conflicted about Brendan Aronson because he showed flashes of it in the Premiership, but it's whether or not he actually has the ability to be able to, or the muscle to be able to bring it through. There's a player there definitely is. It's just I don't think he's strong enough. It's like watching a small child with rickets play football sometimes, just my opinion. But, you know, we'll wait and see. But again, do I want him to come back? Not really, because he was one of the first ones to jump ship. Christensen's going to be coming back because Roma aren't going to buy him. We just need to offload him and get rid of him. IMO. Woba's going to be... I think Woba's coming back as well. So, again, it's just whether or not we're going to do a deal for that or if we're just going to reloan him back out again. Rocker, who knows what's going on with Rocker, but he's not playing to the potential that he was supposed to be playing at when he went back to Spain. So, again, is that another one that's going to be seated on our shoulders? Who knows? I think if we don't go up, players will get loaned out again or certain players will be sold at a reduced value. But also as well, if we do go up, I think those players will just get sold on and gone. So I'm not overly concerned about them. They don't matter. Like I said, I'm going to make a video on it. It's stomaching the fight for the fight's sake. And some of them haven't been up to it, whereas the lads that we've got in there now they're a proper team. They fight for each other and they have a chance at immortality. And, you know, let's be fair, it is. I know people say, well, it's just another game and, you know... But it's a chance at immortality. It's a chance to be able to take themselves from, and I'm going to swear, fucking up a situation and then having the balls to stick around and sort it out when they could have gone. They could have quite easily gone and dug their heels in. So, you know, like I said, some players didn't have the stomach for that. And to a sense where I understand it, you know, don't expect me to welcome you back with open arms. That's just the way that I feel about it anyway. So... we move on to Sunday and let's hope that we can do the business. We've got one more game to go, one more fight. I think as well that Bamford is definitely going to be, I think at the very, very most he'll be on the bench. I think he said something in one of his podcasts this week that he's more than likely going to be on the bench. So it looks like, and there's no reason why not. And I've watched the highlights again of Pirot against Norwich and he literally turned into Prime Viduka in that match. It was brilliant. His touch, his movement, his spin, off the ball, everything. That's what I need from him from now on. I need that number 9 performance every single time. So please, 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 let's do it. And obviously the club are now putting players out left, right and centre for media duties and stuff. Georgie looks like a kid in an absolute sweet shop. So let's hope that enthusiasm and excitement plays through to the game itself. I'm genuinely looking forward to it. So yeah, that's going to do it. Just a little bit of a brain dump. Just wanted to catch up with you all, make sure that everybody's okay. Like I said before, if you've not done it already, if you could hit the subscribe button, like the video for me as well, if you could share it, comments that you want to make about anything, please feel free, put them in the comment section down below. And yeah, I'm going to try and plan to get another video out. I'm in London this week with work, so it's going to be probably difficult to get any more content out before Friday. So yeah, take care of each other, and I will no doubt speak to you all soon. Thank you as ever for stopping by and giving me your time. I always appreciate it. Take care. Cheers.